Today we're going to do a mushroom risotto. Absolutely amazing dish, so stay tuned.
Hello there, and welcome to the beautiful Corporal Iris here in Martinsburg, West Virginia.
We have chicken stock, and this could easily transform into beef stock if you'd like, or you can use just plain water, is perfectly fine. But chicken stock and beef stock add more flavor. We have some fresh parsley, we'll use at the end. Have a nice chunk of Parmesan cheese that we're going to shred and put that on the top, and also before we finish it and garnish it, we're going to put it in the dish as well. We have our arborio rice for our risotto. This is an Italian short grain rice. Gives you a lot of starch, a lot of creaminess. And we have some baby bellas or cremini mushrooms. These are little baby portobello mushrooms. We have some shallot, or you could use a white or yellow onion. We have salt and pepper, butter, and white wine, and some olive oil. So let's get started on our first ingredient, which is our mushrooms. We're going to have to actually pre-cook the mushrooms before we make our risotto. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to slice them down. You don't want to chop, you want to do a nice rocking motion, and you want to cut it about 1/8 to 1/4 inch thick. You get some nice pieces that way. And we need to start prepping our other ingredient, which is our shallot. So we're just going to slice this down about 1/4 inch. And we're going to try to keep it intact about 3/4 of the way down. We don't want to cut all the way through because then all these layers will start to fall apart. We want to try to keep it together. So then what we're going to do is we're going to slice down about 1/8 inch. So at this point, we're going to start sauteing our mushrooms. So I'm going to take about 5 tablespoons of butter. And we'll melt that down. And we're going to add all of our mushrooms. And we're going to start to saute them down. Now mushrooms can have a tendency to be a little bit on the dirty side. So you really want to wash them prior to cooking with them. At this point, we're going to add a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. Now we want to cook these about part of the way through, because then it's going to finish cooking when we start putting all of our ingredients together. Let that cook for about 3 to 4 minutes. They've lost a dramatic amount of mass because we've gotten rid of a lot of the interior moisture. So we're going to take our pan and put our pan back on the stove, and we're going to add another tablespoon of butter, and we're going to also add about a tablespoon of oil. So we've added our butter and we've added our oil, and we're going to add our shallots, and we're going to start to saute our shallots. Just want to saute them until they're a little translucent or just tender. This will take about 3 to 4 minutes. When you cut your shallots very small, it doesn't really take that long. It might even take a little less time. They look actually pretty good right now to me. So we're going to add our risotto now. 1/2 cup of risotto with this recipe. And we're going to cook our risotto till they become translucent. Now we're building on flavors here as well. We sauteed our mushrooms in here, so that left a little bit of flavor in the bottom of the pan. We sauteed our onions on top of that. Now we're doing our arborio rice. So we're building levels in flavor. All right, at this point we're going to add a quarter cup of white wine. You can already start to see the rice absorbing that white wine and causing it to become thicker. And now what we're going to do is we're going to start to, now as that white wine starts to become absorbed, we're going to start adding about a cup of chicken stock. And we're going to add about 4 cups by it when it's all said and done here with this recipe. You don't want to leave your pan of risotto when it's on the stove. You don't want to just walk away after you put liquid in it. You gotta have to stay here and stir it. It's so starchy that it will stick to the bottom of the pan. So you can see that our chicken stock has started to evaporate and get absorbed. You can see we're starting to lose all that moisture again. Now's a good time to start adding another cup of chicken stock. And we'll go through the whole process all over again until we get to the last bit of chicken stock. I've just added the last bit of chicken stock to our risotto, and that's going to evaporate and get absorbed by the rice. And we're just going to stand here and stir that for probably another 3 to 4 minutes. And then we're going to season as needed. If you want to add a little bit of salt, you can add a little bit of salt right now. And add a little bit of pepper. About right now, what I'd like to do is we're going to add our mushrooms. The mushrooms that we've already sauteed in some butter. And we've also seasoned these as well. And we're going to add this to our risotto. And we're going to cook all of these ingredients down. So we've added all of our ingredients in there. We're going to cook them all down. Any moisture from the mushrooms will get absorbed by the rice, adding more flavor. It already smells very, very good in here. After this gets absorbed, we're going to add some butter. We're going to mount some butter at the end. Remember, mounting butter is by putting butter on in the pan when the heat is off, and you're just mixing it in off heat. We will also grate some fresh Parmesan cheese on top of that, and then we'll plate our dish. And I'm going to add a little bit of butter, about another tablespoon, and I'm going to turn that in, or mount that in. And we also want to add some nice Parmesan cheese, freshly grated, about a 1/4 cup. You can always add more later. You want this off heat. So this is actually off, and I'm just turning the butter and I'm turning the cheese in. It's going to add more flavor, more creaminess. And now we're ready to plate. And grate a little bit more Parmesan cheese. A little bit of Parmesan cheese, or a little bit of Parmesan cheese, and a little bit of chopped parsley just to add some color and also some freshness. And there you have it, mushroom risotto. Enjoy it. It's absolutely amazing. It smells so good in here. We'll see you next time.
Psst. Hey, you. Yeah, you, listening to the show. You know the one thing that's been around since those cave guys were living and still around? Art, right? They used to scratch it into the walls. Forget about it. I know you ain't gonna do that, so I got something for you. You want to decorate your cave? Well, your house. You want to have something really nice decorating your walls, right? Yeah, of course you do. I got a tip for you. Check out artbyweeze.com. Her art is gorgeous. You can even get high-quality prints of her art starting at only $10. Go there, or drop into her studio at 700 Diamond Avenue in Martinsburg, West Virginia. Tell her Dan sent you. She'll give you 10% off. Hey, I'm looking out for you.